My name is Hadria Stewart, and I am a member of the Kingston Technical High School family. I will be your teacher of English this afternoon. Now, today's lesson will be about extended writing. Let's get started. So by the end of today's session, candidates should be able to explain how to develop effective paragraphs, create topic sentences from general topics or themes, and create at least one topic sentence that has a clear and controlling idea expressed in a complete sentence. Our syllabus focus for this afternoon is writing to communicate. And the aim of this unit is to develop the learner's skills to write to communicate information and opinion for a range of purposes. So yes, we're going to focus on extended writing today. Now, before we get into that, let's talk about the dates for your upcoming exams. So your speaking and listening assessment is scheduled for April 19 to 22, 2021, and the reading and writing exam will be done on June 10, 2021. Make sure you write down those dates. Now let's recap. Last week we spoke about paragraph development, and we're going to do a little recap today before we get into the lesson. Now, what is a paragraph? By now you should know. By now you can answer me quite comfortably. So the purpose of the paragraph is to express a speaker's thoughts on a particular point in a clear way. Yes, the clarity is very, very important, and the clear way that is unique and specific to the paragraph. In other words, paragraphs should not be mixing thoughts or ideas. When a new idea is introduced, generally a writer will introduce a new paragraph. So you try to develop one main idea per paragraph. When you're ready to develop a new idea, you go in a new paragraph. Now here are some tips for writing your paragraph. First one, clearly indent the first word of every paragraph about an inch, or 5 spaces if you're working on the computer. Remember, when we are typing, we can also skip a line to indicate that we have begun a new paragraph. But when we are writing, we typically indent, okay? Second tip, extend every line of a paragraph as close to the right-hand margin as possible. So simply means you write all the way out to the end of the line, okay? And then you go back to the left. And tip number 3, if the last word of the paragraph comes before the end of the line, you leave the rest of the line blank. So you do not start that new paragraph in that line. You go in a new line and you indent again. You are indicating that you are starting a new paragraph. And remember that you do get marks for writing in paragraphs. So it's very, very important. So practice. Now, basic paragraph structure, how to lay out a paragraph. We have said before that a good, not just a body paragraph, not just a paragraph, but a good body paragraph will have the following elements. So it will have your topic sentence. Remember, we said the topic sentence is typically at the beginning of the paragraph, but it can also come at the end. Now, when you are just starting out, it's better for you to start with a topic sentence at the very beginning. But as you become mature as a writer, you can choose to have your topic sentence even in the middle or at the end of the paragraph. Now, following your topic sentence, you will have, if you start with the topic sentence, you will have your supporting evidence, and you will close your paragraph with a concluding sentence. So you have made a statement about a general topic, you have provided ample evidence, and you're going to conclude that sentence before you move on to a new paragraph. Now, here are some other important tips. Now, a general rule of thumb is to begin with a topic sentence. And you develop that topic sentence well. What are you going to use to develop that topic sentence? You're going to use evidence, you're going to use examples, and you're going to use explanations. Where are you going to get them from? You're going to get them from your research, right? You're going to get them from having conversations with family and friends, and from brainstorming, from generating ideas, okay? And definitely from reading. And you conclude the paragraph appropriately. So let me go over that again because it is very, very important. So a general rule of thumb is to begin with a topic sentence and develop that topic sentence well with evidence, examples, and explanations, and then you conclude the paragraph appropriately. Now, here's a quick challenge for you. All right? You know I like to challenge you. Okay, so you're to identify the topic sentence in this group of sentences. So I have 4 sentences on the screen. And you are to look at the 4 sentences, read the 4 sentences along with me, and see if you can identify which one is the topic sentence. So the first one says, the left side of the brain controls spoken and written language. Second, the right side, on the other hand, seems to control artistic, musical, and spatial skills. Emotions is also thought to be controlled by the right hemisphere. And number 4 says, the human brain has 2 distinct halves or hemispheres, and in most people, each one controls different functions. So we have the topic sentence and we have supporting evidence. Now let me see if you were able to identify the topic sentence. Were you? All right, very well. So the topic sentence is the human brain has 2 distinct halves or hemispheres, and in most people, each one controls different functions, and everything else supports that statement. So that is the most important statement in the paragraph. So we have put all our sentences together, and here is our paragraph. So the human brain, notice I've indented, okay? So the human brain has 2 distinct halves or hemispheres, and in most people, each one controls different functions. How do I know which sentence should come next? I pay attention to every single word using the other sentences, and I also look for transitional words and phrases. So I look for keywords. The left side of the brain controls spoken and written language. The right side, on the other hand, so we're looking at a contrast here, seems to control artistic, musical, and spatial skills. Emotions is also thought to be controlled by the right hemisphere. So what we're seeing here, we have our topic sentence, and then we have 1 sentence that talks about what happens on the left side of the brain, and we have 2 sentences that talk about what happens on the right side. And then we're wondering which of the 2 should come first, right? Notice it says here, the right side on the other hand. So this is on the other hand from what happens on the left. And then the last one says emotions is also, which means in addition to. So I was able to use my critical thinking skills, right, and to put my paragraph together, and I expect you to do the very same. Now, it's very important that when you get a general topic, that you narrow the topic, okay? A writer can arrive at the goal, which is a finished paragraph, in several ways, right? However, before writing a paragraph, most writers go through a process. Yes, writing is a process that includes these important steps. So we have to narrow the topic. So narrowing the topic is very, very important. So we start off with a very general topic, and then we zoom in on what we want to focus on about that particular topic. Then writing the topic sentence, generating ideas for the body, selecting and dropping ideas, and then arranging ideas in a plan or an outline. So these are some important things that we need to do while we are planning for writing. Now, as a student, you may be assigned broad writing topics by your teacher, such as success in school, or you could be asked to write a description of a person, or you could be just asked to write about climate change, which is our theme for the 2021 exam. Your teacher is giving you the chance to cut down the topic to size and choose one aspect of the topic that interests you. So if you're talking about success in schools, are you talking about academic success? Are you talking about all-round success? What aspect of success in school do you want to focus on? Now, if you're going to describe a person, are you going to talk about how the person looks physically, or do you want to talk about the person's qualities, or do you want to do a combination of both, right? The qualities and the looks. Climate change is such a broad topic. I'm sure that you have discovered that because you have already started your research, and I have been sharing information with you about climate change. So you have to decide which aspect of climate change you want to write about, okay? Thinking about your audience and your purpose may help you greatly to narrow your topic. So you're going to think about your audience. Who am I writing for? Who is going to read this? Who is likely to be interested in this? And why am I sharing this information? right? Am I just giving information? Do I want to encourage people to take action? Do I want to criticize? Do I want to commend? Do I want to entertain? What is my reason for writing? All right, very, very important. So you have to think about those. So thinking about your audience and your purpose may help you greatly to narrow your topic. Your audience may be your teacher and classmates, and your purpose may be to inform them, or perhaps you want to entertain them or persuade them, or you simply want to describe someone or something. It's all up to you. But your purpose is very important, and you always have to think about your audience and how best to reach your audience. Now, many writers find it useful at this point, whether they're doing it on paper or on the computer, to brainstorm or to free write or to ask themselves some questions related to the topic or simply to discuss the topic with others. So City and Guilds is providing opportunities for you to prepare adequately for your exam. So you have an entire year to prepare to write about and to talk about climate change. So start the brainstorming, start the free writing, start the discussion with your friends and family, start the research. The next important step is to state your topic sentence clearly in sentence form. So this is the sentence that basically summarizes my paragraph. This sentence tells you the direction in which I am going. Now, writing the topic sentence helps you to further narrow your topic by forcing you to make a statement about it. What do you want to say about climate change? What do you want to say about success at school? What is your statement? What message do you want to convey? So writing a good topic sentence is an important step toward an effective paragraph because the topic sentence controls the direction and the scope of the paper. So the topic sentence is very, very important, right? And you're going to write excellent topic sentences by practicing. Now, here are some topic sentences that I had shared with you last week on our theme, climate change. All right, so we said the earth is getting warmer and humanity is to be blamed. That sounds like we could write a persuasive piece, right? Yes. Then we have glaciers are melting at a very fast rate. Sounds like an informative piece. So we could produce the evidence to prove this and to prove the effects of the glaciers melting at a very fast rate. Then the other one says the hurricane season is a very active one. How do we know? Where is the evidence? All right. And number 4, farmers are complaining that drought conditions are affecting their crops. So these are the particular areas that I want to focus on. All right. So I have moved from my general topic or theme to a very specific one, right, which is my topic sentence. Now, the topic sentence should have a clear, controlling idea and should be a complete sentence. It's like a summary sentence, as I've said before. You can think of the topic sentence as having 2 parts, a topic and a controlling idea. The controlling idea states the writer's point of view or attitude to the topic. How do you think? What do you think about the topic? How do you feel about the topic? That will come out in your attitude to the topic. Now, topic sentence, here's an example, right, of one that I showed you a while ago. So the topic sentence is the earth is getting warmer and humanity is to be blamed. Some persons may disagree with you, some persons may agree with you. So this one sounds argumentative, okay? The topic, the earth is getting warmer. It's a fact. We have the evidence to prove it. And if we don't have the evidence, we're going to do the research, right? Yes. And the controlling idea, humanity is to be blamed. So that is what you want to zoom in on. So you're saying we have a problem, the earth is getting warmer, and here is the cause. Humanity is to be blamed, and then you're going to tell us why. All right? So the controlling idea helps you focus on just one aspect or point. It also lets the readers know what the paragraph will be about. So when I read that topic sentence, I know what to look for in the remaining sentences. There are many possible topic sentences for any topic, yes, depending on the writer's interest and point of view. So you may be interested in one aspect of a topic and I may be interested in something totally different. All right, so there are many possible topic sentences. You zoom in on what you want to write about. So think about and list some original topic sentences on the theme. So I'm giving you another challenge. So you're going to think about, yes, you have to think about it first, and then you're going to list some original topic sentences on the theme of climate change. Think about the aspects of the topic that you would love to write about. So you have this broad topic. What area of this topic do you want to tell the world about, or do you want to tell your teacher and your classmates about? So you're going to do something like this in your notebook, and of course I expect you to show your teacher, and I'm sure you will get feedback. So you are going to write the topic, which is the general climate change, and then you're going to narrow down the topic. What aspect of climate change do you want to talk about? And what is the controlling idea? Which direction, right, will your paragraph take? And then now you're going to express that topic sentence in a complete sentence. So make sure you take a picture of the slide that is on the screen, and then afterwards you can do this activity. So write down the topic, climate change, then you narrow down the topic to an area of climate change that is of interest to you, write down your controlling idea, and then you express your topic sentence in one statement. Now, the more specific and clear your topic and controlling idea, the better the paragraph. In other words, your topic sentence should not be so broad, so wide, that it cannot be developed in one paragraph, right? Do not confuse a topic sentence with a topic. So the topic is very general and the topic sentence is very specific. It zooms in on what area of the topic you want to address. So here we have an example, right? So the topic is climate change, and the topic sentence, farmers are complaining that drought conditions are affecting their crops. So when I look at this topic sentence, I expect the rest of the paragraph to be about the farmers' complaints, right? I want to hear what the farmers are saying about how the drought conditions have affected their crops. Now, generating ideas for the body of your paragraph. One good way to generate ideas for the body of the paragraph is brainstorming. So you're going to sit down and think carefully about the topic, and then freely jotting on paper or computer anything that relates to your topic. So anything that comes to mind. When you think of the topic, jot it down, all right? And we're thinking about things like facts, details, examples, little stories, your anecdotes, right? I shared a story with you last week from the Gleaner, so you can use that as well. This step might just take a few minutes, but it is one of the most important elements in the writing process. Brainstorming can provide you with specific ideas to support your topic sentences. Later, you can choose from these ideas as you compose your paragraph. And normally when we are brainstorming, we write down a whole lot of things, but in most cases, we don't use everything, all right? Next, you simply read over what you have written, selecting those ideas that must relate to and must support the topic sentence, and you drop those that do not, right? Drop the ideas that just repeat the topic sentence and will add nothing new to the paragraph. You don't want those. We don't want the repetition. Now, if you are not sure which idea to select or drop, underline the keyword or words of the topic sentence. What do I need to zoom in on? The ones that indicate the real point of your paragraph. And you should also be prepared to explain why you drop or keep an idea. If you're able to do that, then you know you're in a good standing. Now, after you have selected the ideas that you wish to include in your paragraph, you can begin to make a plan or outline. So you can relax a little. All right, you have materials now to use. So you gather your materials, you feel comfortable, relax. Now the plan briefly lists and arranges the ideas you wish to present in your paragraph. Remember that City and Guilds is going to award you marks for planning. We're not talking about a rough draft. You're not going to get any marks for writing a rough draft, and you don't have the time for that. But you will get marks for making a plan, and City and Guilds provides space for you to plan. So they will see the evidence that you have planned before you actually went and did the extended writing task, okay? So the plan briefly lists and arranges the ideas you wish to present in your paragraph. Now, an outline does the same thing, a bit more formally, but in an outline, letters or numbers indicate the main groupings of ideas. So we really just want to focus on the plan at this stage. Now, you're going to group the ideas that have something in common, right, that are related or like in some way. Then order your ideas by choosing which one you want to come first, second, and so forth. You're getting marks for organizing your information logically. So now that you have generated the ideas, think about which ones you want to come first, maybe because they are your strongest points, right? And you work your way all the way down to your conclusion. Once you have finished arranging the ideas, you should have a clear plan from which to write your paragraph. Keep in mind that there is more than one way to group ideas, right? So think about what you want to say and then group the ideas according to what your point is. It's all left up to your creativity and your purpose. Now, the first draft should contain all the ideas that you have decided to use in the order that you have chosen in your plan. Right? So be sure you have a logical arrangement, and be sure to start with your topic sentence, especially in the early days of writing. Try to write the best, the most interesting, or the most amusing paragraph. And if your paragraph is amusing, it's all based on your purpose for writing. So always think about your reason for writing. Once you have included all the ideas from your plan, think about adding a concluding sentence that summarizes your main point. Please note that not all paragraphs need concluding sentences, no. For example, if you are telling a story, the paragraph can end when the story ends, right? Write a concluding sentence if it will help to bring your thoughts to an end for your readers. Now, look at this one quickly. We had looked at it last week, but we're going to spend a little more time looking at it. So farmers are complaining, and this paragraph is developed from one of the topic sentences I shared earlier. So farmers are complaining that drought conditions are affecting their crops. The long periods of drought have been a source of heartache and distress for farmers, whose crops are dying or have failed to reach full maturity due to the absence of the well-needed resource, water. The months of drought have led to the loss of many well-needed crops, such as vegetables, bananas, and fruits, caused great frustrations, negatively affected people's livelihood, and created the problem of how to repay loans borrowed to invest in farming. The farmers have been complaining bitterly to the Minister of Agriculture and pleading for help in any way possible to relieve the suffering the drought has caused them as they count their losses in both produce and animals.